Hello dear students, welcome to your favorite channel PV and Science Study. I am Dr. Pratap Naikwade.
Hello dear students, in this video we will study Sargassum in detail. We will see vegetative as well as sexual reproduction in Sargassum, life cycle, economic importance and systematic position of Sargassum one by one. First of all, we will study reproduction in Sargassum. Sargassum shows two types of reproduction. First is vegetative and second is sexual reproduction. In case of Sargassum, asexual reproduction is absent. Vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation process, which is very common process of vegetative reproduction. Some species of Sargassum reproduce exclusively by fragmentation and hence are more in number and free floating. Common example is Sargassum natans. In fragmentation, the plant body of Sargassum is divided into small fragments, and later on each fragment is developed into the new thallus of Sargassum. So this is about vegetative reproduction of Sargassum. Now we will study sexual reproduction of Sargassum. In Sargassum, sexual reproduction is of oogamous type. The male as well as female sex organ, they are produced on receptacles. So this is the receptacle on which the sex organs are produced within the conceptacles. The male reproductive organs are called antheridia and female reproductive organs are called oogonia. In singular, it is antheridium and oogonium. Both the sex organs, they are formed in the cavities called as conceptacles and they are present in a fertile branches known as receptacle. So this is the diagram of receptacle and this is the diagram which shows vertical section of conceptacle in which the sex organs are produced. The conceptacles, they are always unisexual, that is they either bear antheridia or oogonia, but the receptacles, they are generally bisexual. The conceptacles open to the exterior by the osteoles which are slightly raised like this. Most of the lining of the conceptacle except near the osteole consist of the fertile layer from which the sex organs are produced. Now we will study male conceptacle of Sargassum. This is the vertical section of male conceptacle showing different parts. This is the opening of conceptacle known as osteole. From this osteole, many paraphyses, they are produced at outside. Then this is the wall of conceptacle. These are also paraphyses. And here the antheridia are produced. Antheridia are produced on the lower branches of the paraphyses within the male conceptacle. Many paraphyses are also present inside the male conceptacle. The basal cell of the filament is embedded in fertile layer of the conceptacle. The middle or stalk cell gives off another branch in same way and producing antheridium from its apical cell. The process continues in the same way and the prolonged growth pushes antheridia on one side, initiating sympodial growth of the paraphyses. However, the apical region of the paraphyses is sterile. So this is regarding VS of male conceptacle. Now we will study structure of antheridium. These are the diagram which shows the development of antheridium. Antheridium is produced inside this conceptacle. This is the structure of antheridium. Single antheridium is ovoid in shape and has a thick jacket layer. The diploid nucleus of the antheridium divides first meiotically and then mitotically, giving rise a number of uninucleate haploid protoplasts like this. Each haploid protoplast metamorphoses to produce an antherozoid. So these are the antherozoids. At maturity, the jacket layer of this antheridium becomes mucilaginous and it dissolves and all the antherozoids are liberated outside like this. This is a single antherozoid which is pear-shaped and biflagellate. To the antherozoids, two flagella are present which are placed anterolaterally. The flagellation is heterocont. The anterior flagellum is smaller and it is of tin shell type, while the posterior flagellum is longer and it is of whiplash type. So this is regarding structure of antheridium. Antheridia, they are produced within the conceptacle that we have already studied. Now we will study oogonia in Sargassum. This is the vertical section of female conceptacle, and these are the different stages in the development of oogonium. The oogonia, they are produced in female conceptacle. Oogonia are fewer in number in conceptacle as compared to that of antheridia. The oogonia are produced directly from the cells of the fertile layer. So this is the fertile layer of conceptacle. This is oogonal initial. This is the any cell of the fertile layer divides transversely to produce two cells. The basal cell is called as stalk cell and the apical cell is called as the oogonial cell. So this is the stalk cell and this is the oogonial cell which is produced from the oogonial initial. Later on, the oogonial cell enlarges, possesses dense cytoplasm, prominent diploid nucleus and oil globules. Now the diploid nucleus divides meiotically to produce 4 haploid nuclei. So these are the 4 haploid nuclei. The 4 haploid nuclei divide mitotically to produce 8 haploid nuclei like this. Out of the 8 nuclei thus formed, 7 degenerate. These are the degenerating nuclei, while only one it is remain functional and viable. So this is the functional nucleus. Thus the oogonium possesses single haploid nucleus in the cytoplasm. This forms the ovum. The wall of oogonium at maturity is formed of 3 concentric layers. The outer layer is called exocyte, the middle layer is known as mesocyte, and the inner layer is known as endocyte. The mesocyte layer, due to imbibition of water, becomes gelatinous. This results in rupturing of exocyte. The oogonium slowly comes out through the ostiole like this, but it still remains attached to the base of the conceptacle by the mucilage stalk developed from the gelatinized mesocyte. This is regarding development of oogonium. Now we will study fertilization in Sargassum. So these are the stages in the fertilization as well as the germination of zygote in Sargassum. At maturity in Sargassum, antheridium gate breaks and all the antherozoids, they are liberated. All these liberated antherozoids, they swim freely in seawater. The antherozoids, they are attracted towards the oogonia which are near the ostiole of female conceptacle. A number of antherozoids attach themselves to the oogonia by means of their anterior tin shell flagella like this. Out of several antherozoids that are attached to the oogonium, only one succeeds in uniting with the ovum and zygote is formed by the combination of haploid male gamete and haploid female gamete. So this is the zygote, which is the first cell of the sporophytic generation, and it is diploid in nature. Thus the fertilization takes place when oogonia are still attached to the wall of the conceptacle. Once the zygote is formed, the gelatinous sheath of the oogonium dissolves, liberating the zygote. Next stage is germination of zygote. The liberated zygote, when comes in contact, attaches itself to the substratum. The zygote divides mitotically to produce 2 cells like this. The upper cell develops into a diploid plant, while the lower cells gives rise to the rhizoid-like structure. later on after division and redivision, the new thallus of the Sargassum is produced from the zygote. With this we have completed fertilization of Sargassum. Now we will study life cycle of Sargassum. This is the schematic representation of life cycle of Sargassum. And this is the life cycle of Sargassum with the figures diagrams. The Sargassum plant is a sporophyte which is diploid in nature. It is very well developed and divided it into holdfast, main axis as well as leaf-like structure, that is phylloclade. On the mature Sargassum, receptacles are produced. On this receptacle, two conceptacles are produced. One is the male conceptacle and another one it is the female conceptacle. Male conceptacle produces male reproductive structure, that is antheridium, and inside female conceptacle, female reproductive organ is produced known as oogonium. Both are diploid in nature. Antheridium undergo meiosis to produce antherozoid, and here oogonium also undergoes meiosis to produce the haploid egg. Here this antherozoid act as male gamete which is haploid, and egg act as female gamete which is also haploid. After maturity, antherozoids are liberated, which unites with the egg by the process of fertilization, and diploid zygote is produced after fertilization. This zygote, it is the first cell of the sporophytic generation. This zygote later on germinates to produce the Sargassum thallus, that is the sporophyte of Sargassum. In the life cycle of Sargassum, two processes they are very important. First is meiosis and second is the fertilization. With the meiosis, sporophytic generation ends, gametophytic generation starts. And with the process of fertilization, gametophytic generation ends and sporophytic generation starts. When we connect meiosis and fertilization with a line, then this portion is sporophytic generation, that is diploid, and this portion it is gametophytic generation, that is haploid. By this way, the sporophytic generation alternates with gametophytic generation and gametophytic generation alternates with sporophytic generation. Such type of the life cycle is known as diplontic life cycle. Apart from sexual reproduction, Sargassum also reproduces by the vegetative reproduction, that is by the process of fragmentation. So this is all about life cycle of Sargassum. Now we will study economic importance of Sargassum. Sargassum is used as food by the coastal people of China and Japan like this. It is also used as a fodder in China and England. It has high iodine content and hence it is used in the preparation of various medicines on goiter. Sargassum is good source of alginates. The alginates they are used as a thickeners in the food industry, like we can see here in this photograph, as well as it is also used in cosmetics, textile industry, paint industry and also in pharmaceuticals. So this is regarding economic importance of Sargassum. Lastly, we will study systematic position of Sargassum. Division of Sargassum is Phaeophyta because Sargassum contains yellowish brown pigments, that is xanthophyls has a predominant pigment. These are usually marine, multicellular and macroscopic in size. Reserve food material is carbohydrates, always stored in soluble state, the two principal reserves being laminarin and mannitol. Motile reproductive cells are pyriform with two laterally inserted flagella, one of which is of tin shell type. Class is Phaeophyceae. This is the only one class and the characters are same that we have already studied. Subclass is Cyclosporae. Because thallus is diploid sporophytic generation, the haploid stage is represented by gametes. Sex organs are bound in the cavities called conceptacles, formed on special branches called receptacles, and sexual reproduction is oogamous. Order is Fucus. This is the only one order and the characters are same that we have already studied. Family is Sargassaceae because the plant body is flat, differentiated into holdfast, stipe and fronds. The branching is monopodial. The branches often form leaf-like expansion, air bladders and receptacles. And finally, genus is Sargassum because Sargassum thallus is flat with air bladders. Dear students, with this we have completed Sargassum in detail. Thank you.